I don't do second class invites either. If I wasn't initially invited, don't invite me when your first group of people don't pan out. That's just me. I've always been like that. Anybody that knows me knows that I am like that. If I'm not in the first go round of invites, count me out as well. Hey everybody, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Let's talk Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 11, First Come, First Served. If you're brand new to the channel, I break down TV shows one recap at a time, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every video. So, if you enjoyed that type of content, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 21,000 subscribers. Still crazy to me, still kind of surreal, but if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you don't do anything else, thumbs up the video if you enjoy it, and then leave some comments down below, okay? So the episode starts off with Wendy. So Wendy and Eddie are waking up at 4 a.m. so that they can go wake up their son Carter because it is his 10th birthday. I hollered when Eddie was like, "Welcome to the double digits," and she was like, "Why you say it like it's scary?" That was funny. That was funny. I think Wendy is more likable in the moments where she is with her family, much like Gizelle, who is more likable in the moments when they are with their kids. Like I've said before, if Wendy had a reality show, her and Eddie with their kids, I think it would be great. Wendy on here doesn't fit to me at least. So then we have Gizelle and Ashley that are working on GNA. Horrific name. Horrific. Horrific name. I think that is awful. You have to put thought into your names, right? So they're working on GNA, which is an athleisure wear clothing company. Now, y'all know the people say that Gizelle can't dress. I feel like every 1 in 10 outfits, you're like, oh, okay, Gizelle looks cute. But you can't mess up athleisure. You shouldn't be able to mess up athleisure. Like you are literally making yoga pants and hoodies and leggings. Y'all shouldn't be able to mess that up. Ashley says in this scene that she let her financial like stuff go and she relied on Michael throughout their marriage. Now let Ashley tell it she don't have no money. Now Ashley has been on this show since it started, right? Yeah, Ashley was on season 1. So I don't understand what Ashley has done with her checks the past 7 seasons. Have you not been stacking money while you weren't paying any bills? Ashley, I don't think this was the way to go. I feel like Ashley, I don't know. I don't know. Save this money though, sis. Save this money because like you can't be broke. At some point, you're going to have to divorce Michael. At some point, you're going to have to. So we pan over to Karen. So Karen bought her grandmother's house, as we all know, back in Surry County. I feel like we go to Surry way too much on this show. Way too much. Because nothing happens when they're there. But we go to Surry County, and her aunt, so her aunt's Val, I think her name was, her Aunt Val and her cousin Michael are there. And Aunt Val is very reluctant because she doesn't know what type of business Karen is considering putting next to her because Val lives next door. And Karen is like, "What you think I'm gonna put up in there? Maybe I'll grow some weed. Calm you down. I get you so high you won't even know what's going on." So a scene, okay? So we pan over to Robyn and Mia. They are at a salt spa, which looks really, really relaxing. I want to look one up here to go to because I want to go. That looked really, really relaxing. Plus, it'll help clear out my sinuses. I feel like so I had a tonsillectomy done during COVID, and they took out 2 sets of tonsils, scraped the back of my throat, and took out like some of the back of my tongue, which did change my voice a little bit. But I feel like since then, since I had all that, I've had sinus problems. So I feel like if I can go to this salt spa that they said is going to clear out the sinuses, Maybe that'll help. So I'm gonna add that to put that on the sticky. Okay. So while they're there, Mia lets her know that Karen is gonna be pulling names out of a bowl so that they can go to Surry County. And Robyn is like, speaking of Karen, I was Karen was showing me like something. She wanted to show her a picture of Raven, who we know is Karen's daughter. So she's like, she wanted to show me a picture of Raven. And while she was doing that, she was scrolling through her phone, and I saw a picture of me, my kids, and my parents in Karen's phone, like a screenshot. Like, I don't know if Karen saw it, took it off of her Instagram or whatever. And so Robyn then takes this to mean that Karen is obsessed with her. And then, of course, Bravo shows all these different clips and things of Karen talking about Robyn. I said, now, not obsession, but I did say that last season, I did feel like Karen is very, very interested in Robyn and Juan's marriage. And I just kind of feel like Karen sat on that news that she knew about Juan cheating on somebody. She should have brought that up to Robyn and made an example out of her, whatever you want to call it. But I think that Karen does talk about Robyn and Juan more than anybody else. Okay? I know some of y'all stand Karen down, but y'all gotta admit that Karen does talk about Robyn and Juan more than anybody else. But do I think she's obsessed with Robyn? Robyn, girl, no, I don't. I don't. I don't think Karen thinks about you when the cameras go down. So Robyn said that her and Juan, the whatever issues that they're having, are not with each other. They just need to enjoy life more. No, Juan needs to go find a job. As I said last week, he can be a gym teacher. He can be like a high school basketball coach. He can be like an AAU coach. That's what he needs to focus on. But I don't think Juan is going to ever get a collegiate job again. Not a coaching job, at least. All right. There are other things you can coach. AAU coaches make, like, I think they make decent money. Like, focus on that. We then pan over to Wendy. So Wendy and Eddie are out to lunch. They are a very attractive couple. Like, no one can deny that. They look good together. So they're out to lunch. Wendy says she's overwhelmed with her talk show. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I don't. So she said that they are still finalizing the guest and they have to get topics together and all this stuff. And she just wants to sit down with the microphone. This is what bothers me about Wendy. Okay. People asking in the comments, why don't you like Wendy? Why don't you like Wendy? This is why. Wendy loves to talk about her 4 degrees, right? Which is a feat, which is an accomplishment. She has a doctorate. Okay? Yes, okay? I have a degree. So it's not me being jealous of Wendy having her degrees. I have a degree, okay? So Wendy, as much education as Wendy like to tote that she has, it's like she doesn't did she learn anything? Did she retain anything? Wendy every season goes into these businesses not having any knowledge whatsoever on what it entails. Okay? Quiet as it's kept, whatever people want to think, having a YouTube is a business. We file taxes on the shit. Okay? So having a YouTube is a business. Wendy wants to take this a step further, and Wendy wants a talk show. She's talking about securing guests. She's looking at studio space. She has a production team, right? She wants to do all these different topics that she's going to have to research. You can't just sit down and start talking about things arbitrarily that you have no idea, you don't have the facts, right? So for her to say that she just wants to come in, and sit down with her microphone, that is weird to me. That is weird. It just shows that Wendy's not taking it serious. I asked y'all in the comments, does Wendy still have this YouTube? And y'all said no, she hasn't updated anything in about a month. But okay. Eddie is still working on Happy Eddie. Remember, he took Deborah, ain't that Ashley's friend? Is that her name, the one y'all call Sesame Street? Took Deborah calling him Happy Eddie, and he turned that into a weed strain. I'm not a weed person. I might do, I'm not a weed person, okay? So I don't know if the name of something is like a selling point for people. Would y'all buy something called Happy Eddie? Do y'all care? Do y'all not care about the name? Do you buy stuff for the name? How do y'all do that? So she said that this is the first time in their marriage where they both have been knee deep in a business at the same time, and they're kind of missing each other, right? So Eddie is Wendy said that there have even been times where she has gone to bed alone. Eddie said, I come to bed in your sleep. Wendy said, yeah, because it's 2 a.m. in the morning. Eddie wants to really get this thing going. So he said, Eddie is a lawyer. So by him still having his work to do and then doing the legwork to get this up and running, it's, he's burning a candle on both ends, basically. Maryland just legalized recreational, less than 2%, as we know. Less than 2% of like all the weed marijuana owners that legally own it are black. So Eddie wants to, be an example and push that forward. And I hope it works out for him. I really do. If they have some in a state close to me, I'll see what I can do to help the cause. Okay. So I'm sure they'll figure it out. It really just seems like Wendy needs to like get your shit together, for lack of a better phrase. Like Wendy has to figure out what it is that she really wants to do. I think that's really honestly and truly what it is. Wendy has to figure out what it is she really wants to do and be serious about it. Stop having a different business every single season. What are you going to have next year? Next season, if you come back, what are you going to have? You know what I mean? But okay. Is she still a political correspondent? I'm at work during the times that, the morning news is on. So, like, is she still popping in on CNN or MSNBC or whatever she was on? I don't know. They gotta, figure something out. So then we have Karen. She's out to lunch with Ray. Ray wants to order some stuff off the happy hour, and she said, absolutely not. We gonna order from the other side of the menu. He can afford it. What's the difference? Nonetheless, she's telling Ray that she's gonna take some of the girls down to Surry. She put the names of the people she wanted to go in a hat, and those are the names she picked. So she sends out a text to Ashley, Candace, Gizelle, and Wendy. Um, Off rip, I saved the screenshot so I could read it. So send it to Ashley, Candace, Gizelle, and Wendy. I Karen already knew Gizelle wasn't gonna go, yet she sent it out. Ashley, Candace, and Wendy sent hearts back to confirm that they're going to go. Gizelle said, Karen, thank you so much for inviting me. Love you, but I won't be attending. Here is the thing. And y'all can say I'm defending Gizelle all you want to, but we're going to call a spade a spade. If I tell you, right, if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you as my friend, I don't want to be around certain people. If I'm telling you that, right, that's what I am actively telling you. I don't want to be around certain people. Why are you putting me around these people? Why? Why then are you deciding that you are going to put me around those people? It's like Karen knew Gizelle wasn't going to go. It was a waste of time. Don't pick her. It was a waste. Nonetheless, we get to Nneka. She's at home with Ike, and he's looking for his work badge. I feel like her scenes are not being placed properly in the episodes in order. Like, she's unpacking in episode 11. When I feel like they're not putting her scenes in order, it feels like production wanted to focus more on her issues with Wendy as opposed to like properly introducing Nneka. But she's at home looking for her and Ike are looking for his work badge. She said that they didn't really live together much because they were distanced for so long. And I guess now that they're living together, it's been difficult. He still is a traveling doctor, right? So how much are y'all really together? Isn't it like every other week? But it sounds like you don't like living with your husband. I wouldn't have said that on TV. Gizelle comes over. For whatever reason, Gizelle has on a mini dress, but Gizelle comes over and she's talking to Nneka about her baby journey. And Nneka said that she was talking to Mia. Mia went with her to a doctor's appointment, and she's gonna get a, I forgot the initials. She wants to get artificial insemination. Is it artificial? I guess, yeah. She wants to get artificial insemination. Ike is not necessarily sold on it so far, but that's the route that she wants to go with, because that's what Mia did, and Mia had Jeremiah. So Nneka then says that Karen tried her and said that she lives in North Potomac. Now, y'all sat on Twitter and acted like y'all don't understand why being told that you live in North Potomac is shade, when y'all know across y'all cities, and no matter where y'all are, people are offended if they are asked if they live on a specific side of the city. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that. So I don't know why y'all. I just kind of feel like y'all just don't. Whatever. Y'all just don't know how to be real about stuff. It's hard being neutral. It's hard being objective, because it's so irritating to see people get on Twitter. How is that shade? How is that shade? It, unless you live in Potomac, you won't know. But I'm not like, I feel like here in Milwaukee, if somebody asks if I live on a specific part or if I live in a certain area, yes, sometimes that's shade. Y'all know that though. But I get it. And Nneka don't like the people that y'all think she should, so everything she says is wrong. Okay. So then Sharice comes over. Why? So Sharice is here. Um Gizelle tells them about the text message from Karen. So now Karen has sent another text message saying that she has now opened up the invites to everyone. Robyn says she can't come because she has plans. Karen is like, fine, Robyn, spells her name wrong. This was spells her name wrong. I'm gonna assume that it's autocorrect, and that means that Karen don't text Robyn. Um, Gizelle still ain't going, so she didn't even bother to respond. Mia feels slighted that she did not get the first invite. Karen tells her she needs to get over it. No. No. I'm sorry, but I'm the same way. Don't tell me that after you've invited four people and one person dropped out, well, you know what, guys? I'm going to invite everyone now. No. You should have just invited everybody from Jump, Karen, to avoid this. But oh well. So we're on the bus, headed on down to Surry, and Karen tells them that she is shocked that Gizelle declined. And Candace is like, "Are you really?" Karen said yes, because her and Gizelle are in a good place. Has nothing to do with you, Karen. It has everything to do with Gizelle saying she don't want to be around Candace. Okay? Again, if Candace and Gizelle, if production is not going to make Candace and Gizelle come together and film and work this out to a point where they can be cordial moving forward, then they both should be gone off the show. Realistically, Candace is probably going to be the one that will be let go over Gizelle. Why, you might ask? Because Gizelle does whatever production tells her to, and Candace's Twitter fingers that throws the rock and hides her hand with 95% of the things that she does. Okay? So Karen then says she does not understand Mia's response. And Nneka said, well, I do. I mean, you didn't invite everyone, and then it took for Gizelle to say she's not coming for you to open it up to invite everyone. Karen said that's not what happened. We know it is, probably based on production being like, well, then try to invite everybody. Whatever the case, I understood what Nneka was saying. Karen said that she receives it. Boom, we're moving on. Wendy said that Eddie is having an event for his Happy Eddie. And they're gonna have like rolling classes and all this type of stuff. Karen asked if everyone is invited. Now, see, I don't think Wendy and Gizelle are able to move past their issues. I think Wendy and Gizelle moving past their issues is better, or not better, but is more plausible. We have seen Wendy and Gizelle be in scenes and they're cordial, right? So it's not to say that they can't move past it. I think that they have a better chance of moving past whatever issues they have than Candace and Gizelle do. So Wendy is like, well, it's really just Eddie's event, so it's up to him who he invites. In the confessional, Wendy is asked if Ike and Nneka are invited. And of course, Wendy is always overly theatrical in her confessionals. And instead of just saying, I don't know, it's not my event, she always looks to the side. I just feel like Wendy just makes herself look bad. I do. Sorry, don't like her. Nneka said that she's having an unpacking party and that everyone is invited. Wendy acts like she is on the phone and didn't hear. Ashley is like, she's inviting you. Wendy said, well, there are a zillion other steps that need to come first. 20 million, I think she said. So Wendy and Candace get drunk off some gas station margaritas. I would never have drunk that. You don't know what type of liquor they put in there. Straight bottom shelf. No wonder y'all asses got drunk. They're outside raking. That's why didn't nobody want to come. Nonetheless, they're having lunch, and Ashley said that there is potential between Nneka and Wendy whenever they are ready to get there and they both are ready to move forward. Okay, there is potential between the two of them. I think that the first thing that has to happen is Wendy has to take some accountability, okay, for whatever her mom said. You know your mama said it. Your mama has all but said it to you. Take some accountability and then move forward. And the accountability can be as simple as, you know what, my mom might have said that, but that has nothing to do with me. You know, we can start fresh with the two of us getting to know each other. So Wendy said that she's there to support Karen because they are a sisterhood. No, y'all are not. Y'all are not a sisterhood, but okay. Wendy said that everyone that comes into this group should have sisterhood. She said that Nneka talked about her mom, her sister, and I think she said her husband. Nneka said, well, you cursed at me first. Wendy said she used the curse word in a sentence. Wendy said, well, clear that shit up. And Nneka said, I am clearing it the fuck up, bitch. Now, Wendy did cuss at her first. Was it used in a sentence? Yes. It was still, you still cussed at her. And Nneka, by no means did you need to call that lady a bitch, though. I feel like if Nneka would have just said, I'm trying to clear it the fuck up, I feel like if she would have stopped it there, it would have been it would have been equal. She cussed at you first, sure, but you didn't have to call her a bitch. You didn't. It wasn't necessary to say. So Wendy then says that she has no desire, no interest to have a conversation with someone whose existence is inconsequential to her happiness. And Nneka said, but it's my existence that has you all riled up. And point for Nneka, because that's true. That's true. Wendy is bothered every time this woman comes around. Half the time, Nneka's not even talking to her. More than half the time, Nneka's not even talking to her, and Wendy is still riled up and bothered, right? So Wendy then said that an invitation shows a lack of accountability because you're going from A to Z and there needs to be something that happens in between. Now, while Nneka is trying to say something, Wendy stands up like she typically does and starts talking over her, being theatrical and parading around to avoid taking the accountability that Wendy needs to take. But that was the episode, y'all. I'm still enjoying the season. I don't know why y'all watch a show that y'all don't enjoy. I don't think this season is that bad. It's just that the people that y'all want to get read every episode and to get dragged aren't, so y'all aren't enjoying it. I'm still enjoying the season though. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, leave your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.